Alright.
We're back, y'all.
Yeah.
I want to shoot MC, but like we're gonna have to shoot him
In the
even
future.
later because he's gonna fuck it up.
Valentine's Day is gonna be the worst day.
Yes, and it's been super good so far.
Which means it's gonna hit a whole lot harder.
Yeah, that's fun.
Alright, well, let's get into it.
Yay. Okay, ready? I'm scared.
Hey man, you'll be good.
It's been about 2 weeks since that nightmare caused Sayori to have a breakdown. By this point in our relationship, I've really started to see what Mom warned me about. Oh, you dense fucker. I didn't realize how bad bad days would be. We've had a few therapy sessions since, as I was hoping the sessions went smoothly. Well, as smoothly as they could go, I guess. Along with her doctor prescribing her antidepressants, the therapist has given Sayori a diary, which she's meant to use by recording her happy and sad
I
thoughts.
feel like there's gonna be a whole lot of sad thoughts.
By recording her sad thoughts, he's working with her to see whether those thoughts are supported by facts. Basically trying to challenge her depressive thinking. I'm no expert, but it looks like to me like that's the kind of therapy she needs. It's been as simple as it might seem, but to me it looks like steady. But sure, progress is being made. To say the least, it's a huge relief. She's also tentatively mentioned that she'd like to start going to the sessions alone, although she isn't quite at that stage yet. She said she'd see how she feels by the time the next one comes about. Still, it's been really interesting to see what therapy really entails. Definitely an eye-opening experience.
I don't like that, it says that it's been going smoothly, and everything's been going smoothly, which means it'll...
On the other hand, I think the other club members' girls are starting to get a little more suspicious. There has been a few days where Sayori's depressive moods became a little more apparent in school, and they were concerned for her. Still, Sayori maintained her walls. I felt bad about how in the dark the other girls were, but it isn't my position to say what's going on. Hopefully Sayori will be comfortable telling them in her own time. Also, given it's now February, I had to pay a little more attention to school matters, namely the end of the semester next month. Sakurai has also been talking to students about their future plans. It's scary to think that next year is my final school year. He wants to see me after the lesson ends. So for what feels like the first time in forever, I've started to think about what I want to do after I leave school. As the bell rings, he calls me over. You have the same look that I had on my face when my homeroom teacher wanted to talk to me about my post-school plans, huh? I appreciate his use of humor in this situation. He's always been efficient at helping me feel at ease, especially in situations where I feel out of my depth. If you don't know what you want to do, I wouldn't worry about it too much. After all, you're just a second year, so you do have another year to figure it out. Having said that, do you have any idea at all? To be honest with you, sir, I haven't really given it much thought at all. The past 5 months has been really, well, they haven't really given me much time to think about it. Well, let's try this from another angle. Does higher education interest you at all, going to university? Or do you perhaps be more inclined towards finding a job as soon as you leave school? I paused for a moment to think, trying to recollect what my parents used to tell me when we had this kind of conversation. University sounds good, although I'm not sure what I'd study. He nods approvingly. You'll definitely find it easier to land a job if you have a degree under your belt. That's good to know. Then all I have to do is pick a subject, I guess. I know it can be a little daunting, especially when you aren't sure. My advice would be to go with a subject you enjoy and do well in. Far from me to be biased, you are a rather talented historian, I chuckled. What can you do with a history degree, though? The skills you get from a history degree can transfer to a lot of other fields. A lot of historians that I knew went into journalism, academia, teaching, or even the law. Obviously, I'm not biased in any way, but history is the best subject to study. My science teachers say otherwise, sir. He grumbles to himself. Those haughty scientists, if they could just pry themselves away from their Bunsen burners and glass vials for 5 minutes. Anyway, it's good that you have at least got a vague idea of what you want to do. There's no rush or anything. Just take some time to think about what you'd like to study at university. We can always have another discussion later. Will do, sir. Thank you. With the conversation over, I made my way to the club room for lunch.
Hey, here we go. Oh, there we go. I was about to say, you're getting a lot of lines.
Hey, guys! Mizuki gives me a curt nod. while Sayori gives me a wan smile. The door opens once more and Yuri walks in. Sayori's already weak smile wavers even further. She doesn't dislike her by any means, but it's clear that the jealousy is still an issue. I sigh inwardly. I have no clue on how to solve that issue, given I don't think that Sayori is willing to disclose her depression with Yuri. As I pull out my food, I notice that Monica has barely greeted me. Her face is glued to her laptop, with a terse look on her face. Everything alright, Monica? She finally drags her eyes off the screen and looks at me. It seems like she's only just realized I'm talking to her.
Yeah, sorry. Had to saw some important emails. How are you?
It's easy to spot from a mile off that her smile is forced. Decide not to push it. Not bad, not bad. Sakurai was just talking to me about what my plans are after high school.
I think it's common practice for all the teachers to ask their students, given for second years at the end of the semester, for some Nah, that was fun. We don't have to bother all that stuff just yet.
Luckily, I still don't really know what I want to do. I told him I wanted to go to university, but I can't really decide what I want to do. I'm starting to realize that I probably should have given this more thought.
That's a little irresponsible for me too. Your future holds so much weight and time flies by so quickly.
My face heats up a little from embarrassment. She's right, of course, but it seems like her judgment is coming out of nowhere. I look at Sayori, half expecting her to jump to my defense. She doesn't, though. Instead, she idly pokes at the spot at the table. The other girls look curiously at us, and they can sense that something is up. I don't want to draw too much attention to Sayori, so I try to deflect their curiosity. How about you, Yuri? Any ideas?
I decided that I want to study Japanese literature at university.
Fitting choice. Yuri smiles to herself.
I suppose it comes as a surprise to no one. I can imagine how it would be both an exciting yet daunting experience.
University?
Yes. On the one hand, there's the opportunity to meet many like-minded people, with the same passion. Yet there's so much independence, especially if you opt for a university far from home. And with that independence comes a lot of responsibility and, I imagine, a fair degree of uncertainty.
Who knows what life will be like for all of us when we've left school? My question hangs in the air as the conversation lapses into silence. Monica mutters something under her breath. How about you, Monica? I'd imagine you've got a lot of choice, given how you excel in pretty much every subject. She finally closes the laptop lid with a sigh.
My parents have been hounding me with the exact same question for months now. I'll probably take over their business.
There's a hint of what sounds like bitterness in her voice. Granted, I know very little about her life, or at least anything beyond surface level, so it's a little baffling.
We'll have to wait and see.
An awkward silence descends upon the room. Clearly, it isn't just me who's detected Monica's slightly hostile tone. Luckily, Yuri breaks the silence.
Okay. That's, you broke the silence, but, is that silence that I want to be broken? I don't know. Alright, you alright, Sayori? You've been rather quiet. Yeah, it's not you at all.
Even Monica glances over to Sarah's direction.
Oh, I'm fine. Just kind of tired, that's all. And don't worry about me.
The other girls don't look convinced in the slightest. They don't have much choice to press her as the lunch bell rings. I remember being in their position last semester. Boy, do I not envy them. As the end of the school day rolls around, I find myself wandering down the corridor, waiting for Sayori to finish. Along the way, I bump into Monica.
Hey, Ruby, too.
Keeps her voice low. And quickly looks around before speaking. I can tell that what she's going to ask.
Is there going to be a choice like, yo, tell her if she's depressed and whatnot, and then it's going to be like...
Doesn't matter because we're not telling her.
Okay, but I'm not sure...
That's really none of her business. No, it's not. That's not cool, man.
Okay.
Don't press like that.
I mean, I'm not saying if she's if anything arises to her, and then if you say yes or no, I don't know, but is Sayori okay?
She'll be fine, just dealing with some stuff, that's all.
Compared to the last time she was acting up in school, you seem a lot less worried.
That was when I knew less about her. She narrows her eyes at me. I guess what I said must have come across as pretty cryptic.
Okay. Well, let me know if I could help in any way. Okay? The other club members. We all are friends, after all. Don't forget.
Oh, of course. What a stupid question, Ruby, too. It's appreciated. I'll see what Sayori thinks.
Okay, then. Well, see you later.
Well, I think Sayori is definitely more convincing than I am. She walks off, and after a couple of moments, Sayori comes out of her class.
Sorry, I'm late.
It's okay, let's go.
Do you know what was up with Monica?
Funny you mention her because she just asked me what was up with you.
Oh. What did you tell her?
Just that you were dealing with some stuff. Didn't give any specifics. They're worried about you, though. Have you considered telling them?
No, not really.
They're our friends, Sayori. They know something is up.
I know.
I can sense that this isn't a topic Sayori wants to discuss any further. Anyway, no, I don't know why Monica seems so snappy at lunch. She mentioned her parents, so they're probably being a bit overbearing. Must be difficult to maintain that model student image. When you're at the top, the only place to go from there is down. Juggling academics with sports and other extracurriculars must be really stressful. I don't know how she does it, to be honest. Felt a little sorry for Nizuki, though. The conversation kind of excluded her. I know for sure that when I was a first year, post-school plans hadn't even crossed my mind.
Yeah, I thought that too. Well, we'll make sure to include it next time.
Good shout. After dumping our things inside, I pull out my phone. Really should have talked to Mom a while ago, and I'm pretty sure she's gonna make me feel bad about it. Hey, Mom. Drug V2. Nice of you to remember you have a mother. I winced slightly. I knew this was coming. I know. I really should have called you earlier. It's not that I didn't want to or anything. Anyway, Sarah is with me right now. Do you want to say hello? I'd love to. Press a button on my phone which transforms the call into a video call. My goodness, is that really you, Sayori? The last time I saw you, you were barely a teenager. Sayori laughs shyly. I guess I'm putting her on the spot here a little.
Hi. It's really nice to see you again.
And you, dear. I hope Jury 2 has been treating you well. I shoot Sayori a desperate look. This could be a perfect opportunity to enact some revenge for all the times I teased her.
Of course. He's been really good to me.
That's lovely to hear. Looks like my little prince has truly matured. They share a laugh as I turn slightly red from embarrassment. Mom, really? Little prince? Sorry, darling. I'm just so proud of you. Well, at least we've established what Sayori is going to be calling me for the next few days. They continue to giggle at my expense. He's always been like this, hasn't he? Quick to tease others, but once they do it to him, he gets all huffy. Sayori, do not take her side. You are my girlfriend. She's trying and failing to keep a straight face. Okay, no more teasing. Sorry, I just had to get you back for not calling me for so long. How did your December exams go? I briefly described my results, along with Sakurai's comments. Well, that's reassuring to hear. I was worrying how you fare living by yourself, so I'm glad to hear that your academics are going well. Sakurai has a point, though. Your grades in math could be better, young man. Sayori, you're going to have to knock him into shape. He's always been bad with discipline. I snort in derision, and you're asking Sayori, of all people, to help me with that?
Hey!
Mom sighs dramatically. Sorry, Sayori, he can be really mean sometimes, can't he? Must have got that from his father. There's an awkward silence. Things have been really very rocky between Mom and Dad since the divorce. Oh, by the way, I've got some good news. We're almost finished dealing with this particular client, and I have no one else to deal with for a week. So I'm hoping to come and see you soon. My heart races. As much as I've loved being able to basically live with Sayori, seeing Mom again after so long would be really nice. That's awesome, Mom. I'm really looking forward to it. Oh, I've been meaning to ask you, how, she cut short by the sound of someone calling her. It sounds pretty urgent. Oh, no, I was hoping I'd have more time to talk to you. Sorry, darling, I'm going to have to go. We'll catch up properly. All there are three of us when I come to visit you. Don't forget it's Valentine's Day coming up really soon.
No.
And I want to hear all about how you've been treating Sayori like a princess for it.
No.
She laughs softly and waves goodbye. Da-da-da-da. Click.
Oh boy. I don't like how she mentioned it's coming up. Oh boy. It's spooky. I forgot how nice your mom is.
Yeah, she's always been such a good parent. She was a lifesaver back in November after our fight.
Such a mommy's boy.
Hey,
It's a good thing. It's really cute.
I get the feeling you were mocking me, but because I know I can't win this battle, I'll reluctantly concede.
The Ice Queen wins again.
You're a real clown, you know that?
True, but I'm your clown.
I preferred the one from that horror movie we watched with Fury.
Oh, okay, I thought it was gonna be like, yeah, no. Such a charmer.
The rest of the day presses by relatively quickly. After finishing our homework, we spend the evening kicking back with some video games.
Every time it's nice, like, is it gonna happen?
This has been our routine for a while now. Sayori coming over, we finish our homework and then relax. Simple but effective. I'm glad that we're both happy just to sit back and relax in each other's company. Then again, Sayori has never been a high-maintenance kind of girl. Watching her now with her sky-blue eyes narrowed in concentration, God, I love her. Is now the right time to say it, though? What if she doesn't feel the same way? Then be a little awkward to say, at least. Now isn't the time. I was curious, Sayori, what do you want to do after you finish school? You didn't say anything at lunch.
I don't really know.
She sighs.
I thought that going to therapy might be a good idea, but... No, forget it. It's a stupid idea.
Huh? It's not a stupid idea at all.
It is. I don't know if I can be any good at it. I can't even help myself, so how can I help others?
You're good at keeping the spirits high in the club, at least. People appreciate having you around, and it's definitely more comfortable an atmosphere when you're there.
It's one thing to keep peace in a high school club, but helping people with really big problems as a therapist, you know, the really horrible things that people have to live with, it's a whole nother story.
Have you mentioned it to your teacher, at least? They might be able to point you in the right direction. She shrugs nonchalantly.
I haven't, no. Truthfully, I haven't thought about the future much.
Well, at least we're alike in that sense, although our reasoning for it is rather different.
We got plenty of time, though, right?
Yeah, I guess we do. The conversation tails off into silence. I suppose thinking about the future is quite difficult for Sayori, so I make a mental note not to push it. Anyway, it's getting late. Let's call it a night.
Can I be the big spoon tonight?
Not sure how that'd work, but sure. What a casual conversation.
Yo,
hilarious.
I want to be the big spoon. Yeah.
As Sakurai finishes explaining the morning's task and settles down to mark some papers, I find myself absent-mindedly fiddling with my pen. Pulling open my textbook, I flip to the relevant page. Suddenly, I'm aware of a poking sensation on my shoulder.
Yep, it's Emmy.
Morning, Emmy. Surprised you weren't late today.
Hey, not my fault. Track practice went on for so long today.
I mean, isn't it? Don't you decide how many laps you run?
Semantics, Jervito.
I chuckled to myself. If you say so. Anyway, you wouldn't happen to have any good Valentine's ideas, would you? Oh, this guy is struggling. Dude,
I know.
He has a whole page for it. Mom brought it up yesterday. I didn't realize how quickly Valentine's has come around this year.
My friend got out of the hospital a few days ago. What the fuck? So we're just taking things slow. I think you mentioned you wanted to take me to a tea house, though.
Hospital? Is he alright?
Yeah, it's like, yeah, that's what... Yeah, just hurts. Oh, boy. Anyway, what have you and Sarah got planned?
That's what I was asking you for, huh? Neither of us have really mentioned doing anything for it. I've never done anything for Valentine's Day before, so I'm totally out of my depth.
Not going off like a nice dinner, getting her chocolate or whatnot, or some...
Jimmy giggles. There's a playful mocking air to her laughter.
She's your girlfriend, Derby, too. Shouldn't you know her the best?
Yeah, but relationships, man, they're confusing.
Just ask her. You dumbass. Sometimes it's hard to be direct. Well, unless she's expecting a surprise from you, that is. Then, well, you're on your own there.
Some help you are. What happened to female intuition?
Can't give you all the answers, Derby, too. Sometimes you gotta work things out for yourself, and I feel like if he does, bad things will happen.
Yeah, because me trying to figure out what the best thing to say and do in our relationship is going so well. Life's unfair. After class ends, I make my way to the club room. As I open the door, I realize that it's just Mizuki inside. It was the last time I even spoke to her alone.
A while. Hey.
Afternoon, listen, I need your help with something. She looks at me suspiciously.
With what? Why are you laughing?
Well, you're a girl and...
Thanks for noticing. Yeah.
No, well, where would a girl want to be taken for Valentine's Day? Okay. No! That's, like... Ask her if, like, she has any ideas for Sayori. Don't say that, because, like, she's just gonna say what she likes.
Face. Yeah. And how long have you known Sayori for? Out of the fucking
Why
ages?
does this sound so familiar? Is it really a crime for me to ask for some
Yes.
Valentine's suggestions?
Yes, it is.
A while, but in my defense, I've only been with her for, what, 2 months? I was thinking of, like, some kind of restaurant, but I don't know which ones are good or not. The door opens and Monica and
You
Yuri
get no
walks in.
response. What are you two talking about?
I glance desperately at Mizuki, hoping she doesn't expose me in front of everyone.
Derby 2 is asking me where he should take his girlfriend for Valentine's Day. Wow.
I groan. Jeez. When you put it like that,
It's...
I just needed some pointers, that's all. The door opens a second time and Sayori wanders in.
If it were down to me, I wouldn't even bother. Valentine's Day is pointless. All that sappy stuff. Yuck. People hugging and kissing in public, giving each other sappy cards. No thanks. It's quite a romantic day, though. People telling their partners how much they mean to them, all the little gifts, the thoughtfulness. Yeah, it's great if you like that, but keep that away from me. Something else I don't get is that Valentine's supposed to be a day where you show your love for your partner, blah blah blah. But are you meant to do that every day?
Probably that.
Thought so.
So it's safe to say that Cupid didn't shoot you with any arrows this year then, huh? She glares at me as Sayori giggles.
We all know you're a softy at heart, Natsuki. I am not. No. There's nothing wrong with admitting it. Just wait until you get a boyfriend.
As we're digging into our food, Monica taps me on the shoulder.
I think I might have a solution to your crisis.
Oh?
There's a really nice restaurant in town that I went to last year, though. With a debate club. It's called the Amber Beehive, and their food is really good. It's a little on the formal side, though, so you probably have to wear something smart, see if Sarah has a dress or something.
Seems kind of sophisticated. Would they take a bunch of teenagers?
Of course they would. Why wouldn't they? Free money.
Well, the formal dress code and all, wouldn't we feel really out of place? Sorry, I'm just, well, as you can see, new to dating
Look,
and all
if
that.
Monica went to that with a whole bunch of debate club members, I think 2 people on a date would be fine, you know? But whatever. It's okay. Don't overthink it, though. Just see it as a fancy date. That's all. I'm sure Sarah would like it as well. I think the music really suits the atmosphere. Pretty jazzy.
Thanks, then. I'll look into it tonight.
That's okay. Sarah would be impressive. Don't worry. I won't tell her that you got the idea from me.
You're a lifesaver, Monica.
Don't mention it. Oh, I forgot to say. Sorry for snapping at you at lunchtime yesterday. But parents.
That's okay. I imagined you had a lot on your plate. Besides, you've rescued my Valentine's, so you've redeemed yourself.
That's good to hear. Oh, and by the way, you can never go wrong with a friend squid.
Duly noted. Maybe I'll be able to salvage this Valentine's after all. So, what are our Valentine's plans?
That's a...
Sayori?
Huh? Uh-oh. Sorry, I was spacing out. I don't know, to be honest. Haven't really given it much thought.
Oh, I'm glad it isn't just me. I was worrying you'd have expected me to have something planned. But with this being my first relationship, well, I'm hardly experienced in that department.
I don't... yeah.
She giggles softly at my sheepishness.
Don't worry about it, Derby 2. We just play it by ear tomorrow.
Winging it, huh? Yeah, that sounds more like me.
Anyway, I've been really lagging behind with homework. I've got a lot to do, so... Do you mind if we don't spend this evening tomorrow together?
Well, this is convenient. Now I can look at bookings for the restaurant without giving away with a surprise. Yeah, smart boy. Oh, sure. I was just about to say the same thing, actually. I'll see you tomorrow, then.
Okay. See you later, Derby 2.
She gives me a quick kiss and heads off inside. I feel like she knows. She's smart.
Yeah.
As I settle into the sofa, I quickly notice that the living room lights are on. There's also some sound coming from the kitchen.
Yeah, your mom's
That's weird.
home.
There's no reason for anything to be making noise in the kitchen, and I always turn the lights off in the living room before I go to school. In an attempt to stop the sudden bout of panic, I force myself to rationalize the situation. It can't be a burglar because they wouldn't make this much noise. So that must mean, hello, anyone there? Familiar voice greets me back. Derby 2, is that you? Mom! A huge grin forms on my face as I spot my mom emerging.
You
from
would
the
have
kitchen.
thought that, like, I don't know, her shoes would be at, like, the front door. Or, like,
a warm smile on her face. I rush forward and embrace her. It feels so good to have her back. I didn't know you were coming home today. I wanted to keep it a surprise, dear.
It's always a surprise.
We let go and she looks me over. I'm so sorry that you've been alone for so long. I tried so hard to come back earlier, but Mrs. was having none of it. It's okay. I'm just glad you're here now. I sniff the air. Something smells delicious. Are you making something? Yes, teriyaki, one of your favorites. You're the best, seriously. Always nice to be reminded it's almost ready. I'll give you a hand. She ruffles my hair. It's okay, sweetheart, my treat for you. There isn't much left to do anyway. Are you sure? Positive. It's only as I'm wolfing down my food down do I realize how hungry I am. Mom's cooking has always been incredible too. Enjoying yourself, I see? Can you blame me? I haven't met anyone who can cook better than you can. She laughs heartily. So let's have that long-awaited catch-up. Tell me about how everything has been since you joined that club. Finish eating and push my plate away. Sighing contently, I pat my stomach. Well, as you know, it all started when I saw Sayori on the sidewalk. Once I start, it's almost impossible to stop. There's so much to say, so much to describe. Now that we aren't limited by short phone calls, I can finally go into detail into what life's been like since September. After describing the first few days, I recall how the festival went. She shakes her head as I recall how those inconsiderate pricks acted. Unbelievable. Some people just have absolutely no respect. No kidding. The worst part was that it caused Izuki and Monica to have a really bad argument. I quickly go over that, not wanting to dwell too much on the fight. Still something I'd rather forget. Mom smiles as I recount how my feelings for Sayori started to blossom. Oh, and then there was Halloween. We all dressed up, broke into school, wrote some spooky poems, and summoned a Shinto spirit.
Yeah.
You did what now? Dressed up. Not that. Wrote some spooky poems. You know what I'm referring to.
Summoning the spirit.
Oh, the breaking into school thing? She doesn't look very impressed. Come on, Mom. It was just a bit of harmless fun. Didn't you say you called a spirit over? Okay, maybe not entirely harmless then, but for what it's worth, we all had fun and it was a really nice bonding experience. She sighs under her breath. Teenagers these days get their enjoyment from the weirdest things. Okay, so maybe playing around with the Ouija board wasn't the wisest idea, but hey, it'll be a good story for my kids, right? If you say so, Jervy2. Anyway, so then when November rolled around, Jeez, I thought I was gonna have to describe the entire gameplay.
Yeah, it's like, alright, so this happened, and then this happened, and then it's like, yeah, that's pretty rough.
The rest of the evening rolls around. You better look up those goddamn bookings. The rest of the evening rolls around. We've both had a lot to talk about, and the time has really flown. She yawns. Well, it definitely sounds like you've had a hectic past few months. Girls, Secret Santas, and Shinto ghosts. What a mix. Anyway, I'm still quite tired from my flight, so I'm going to have an early night. I'll be around for a while, so we can always carry on tomorrow. Yeah, sure thing. I've got a lot of homework to be getting on with anyway, so that's fine. Good boy. I love you, Jervy2. Love you too, Mom. See you tomorrow.
This doesn't look like an early night.
After grabbing a drink from the kitchen, I walk over to my bag and pull out the relevant textbooks. Let's get this over with. Just as I'm about to begin, I feel my phone buzz.
Oh.
The night before Valentine's Day?
I'm not sure this is the night before Valentine's Day.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
Evening, Jervy2. Do you have any plans for this evening?
Yeah, sorry, Yuri. I have a lot of homework to be getting on with.
Oh, what do you have to do? Perhaps I could help you. Oh.
I pause with my fingers hovering over the screen.
Oh, no.
Sorry, never said that I couldn't hang out with you.
A choice is happening.
And I don't think that she's
it's
the controlling
happening.
type. But even though I know I'm not doing anything inherently wrong by spending time with Yuri, I can't help but feel like I'd make Sayori jealous even worse if I did. But then again, I did say that I'd help Yuri out with her loneliness.
No.
Well, this was before I knew the impact it had on Sayori. Gah! Nah, it's okay. There's a lot to do, but I can handle it. Thanks, though. There's a pause in her reply.
It's okay, Jervy2. Oh, we have a pleasant evening.
I can't help but feel guilty as I put my phone away. I hope she doesn't think I'm ignoring her. Given her personality, it's definitely possible. Why can't this just be simple, not so complicated? You think that for my first relationship, life would be nice and not throw me into the deep end. I mull it over as I finish the rest of my homework. I climb.
No.
Oh, he hasn't registered.
You didn't get the meaning of the.
Climb into bed, feeling exhausted. Today wasn't a taxing day, at least physically. From a mental perspective, it's a whole other story. I still wish that I could do much more for Sayori, and the uncertainty on how to deal with Yuri isn't helping. Still, it's nice to know that I'm not alone in the house. It'll probably be what we're talking to Mom about the whole situation with Sayori.
I don't know why you thought Valentine's Day was tomorrow, especially since you
That's
think...
what he said.
No, I don't think you did.
I probably should have talked to Mom a little more. She's been in my exact same position before. Ah, well, better late than never, right?
Who knows? Maybe it is, but like, you know, or maybe they just skip to it.
I wake up the next morning to the sound of activity coming from downstairs. I almost forgot that Mom is an early riser. That's something I definitely didn't inherit from her. I yawn and stretch, checking the time. 10 a.m. Looks like it isn't so early after all. Morning, Mom. You're up early. Ha, very funny. I've been up before noon loads of times, actually. Looks like you really have changed while I've been gone, eh? Rolling my eyes at her little jab, I noticed the abundance of food on the kitchen table. So it's Valentine's
Okay,
Day
it is, yeah.
today. What have you got planned with Sayori? Taking a seat, I opt for the jam toast. I don't know. Monica mentioned this fancy restaurant in town, so I thought I'd take Sayori there. Which one? Amber Beehive, I think it's called. Amber Beehive. She said it's jazzy, leans on the formal side too. Ah yes, I know it. Monica has good taste. Sayori will love it. Good. We could do with a nice day after everything that's happened so far. Oh, everything okay? We could talk about it when I get back. Is that okay? Kind of want to focus on the positives today. Of course, today will be a great day. Don't you worry. She smiles encouragingly at me. I hope so. Anyway, what are you going to do today? Well, it's been such a long time since I've been home that I've almost forgotten what free time feels like. It's country and its work ethic. Anyway, I figured I could start with some housekeeping. You've let this place get a little dusty and messy, young man. Sorry, it's never been my strong suit. There's also some business things I have to sort out, but thankfully I can do those on my laptop. Even when you're at home, you can't really catch a break, can you? She smiles ruefully. Adult life, Jervy too. Now, haven't you got a certain someone to see? I'm on it. After freshening up and shooting Sayori a text, I make my way over to her house.
Let's hope that it's perfectly fine.
Hey, Sayori. She's on the bed, sitting up. There's a pen and paper in her hands, and it looks like she's writing a poem.
Hi, Jervy too.
What do you want to do today, then?
About that. This must be really disappointing to hear, so I'm sorry.
What is it?
Yeah, I was thinking earlier in mine, like, is Jervy 2 gonna be mad because she's, like, doesn't want to, like, really hang out or do anything for Valentine's, and then it's gonna be, like, mad and pissed? Let's hope not. I'm not really in the mood to hang out today. There's just some things I need to think about, and I don't want to be distracted. It's nothing personal.
Trying my best to fight off the sinking feeling of disappointment. Nah, it's cool. Don't worry about it, okay? Just give me a shout if you want to talk, alright? You know where I am.
I know it's Valentine's today, so it's really selfish of me, but...
It's fine, really. Not selfish at all. I'd much rather you did what you wanted to do instead of you feeling like you have to come out or anything. We can always hang out another day.
Thank you, Jervy, to you. Always been really understanding.
It's the least I can do. Anyway, I'll leave you to it. Well, that changes things a bit.
I felt it is a whole lot better.
I'm a little downhearted. I know Sayori loves romance, and today would have been the perfect day to show her how much she means to me. Granted, the decision has been made. At least I can talk it over with Mom. Mom's sitting at the kitchen table, but weavering away on her laptop. She looks surprised. You're back early. I slide into the chair opposite her. Yeah, Sayori doesn't really feel like hanging out today. Said there's some stuff she needs to think about, so I left her to it. I bury my face in my hands. When Mom speaks, her tone is gentle. It's not easy, is it? It really isn't. I know you warned me about it, and I thought I was prepared, but I never really know what to do. I like to think I'm making a positive difference, but I don't know anymore. What makes you doubt that? Well, she kind of snapped at me once when I told her I knew how she felt. Said that I couldn't possibly know what depression feels like, and that my words are just empty. She also says that it's helpful having me around, and that me just being able to listen does make a difference. So I really don't know. For what it's worth, darling, you're doing your best, and that's all we can ask for. Take today, for example. You wanted to spend the day with her, right? Take her to a nice restaurant. You were looking forward to it. But even though she wasn't up for it, you didn't get angry at her or hold it against her. You were understanding and let her do what she wanted to do. Okay. I just realized something. If he didn't get the advice from his mother,
I don't think
he would have lost it.
Maybe, yeah. And,
That's precisely the kind of patience and understanding I was talking about back in November. She said it herself. She values having you around, and whether you realize it or not, you have made life that much better for her. Now, I've made it worse in some ways. How so? Oh, I forgot to tell you. You know Yuri, right? We went Christmas shopping with each other in December, and I saw her in the park once after Sayori and I had a falling out. We've grown a little closer, and Yuri confided that she's really lonely. I agreed to spend more time with her and totally didn't factor in how Sayori would feel about it. Jealousy, I assume. Yeah, I'm an idiot. How did I not realize that would happen? I was so inconsiderate. Not inconsiderate at all, sweetie. Your heart's always in the right place. You just wanted to help a friend in need, and there's nothing wrong with that. But now I'm in this really weird situation. I want to spend time with Yuri because I hate the thought of her being lonely, but I don't want to make Sayori feel any worse. Sayori didn't tell me that I couldn't hang out with Yuri or anything. She's not like that at all. I sigh. and I can't tell Yuri about why I can't hang out with her because I don't want her to find out about Sayori's depression. Girls. Mom laughs softly. She puts a reassuring hand on my shoulder. Well, let's try looking at this from another angle. She's agreed to try therapy, right? How's that going? When I was there, it was going well, I guess. Her therapist is really nice, never insensitive with his questions, and she's working well with them. She's on antidepressants now, and she's starting going to therapy sessions alone. That's excellent news, sweetie. That's a really big step to make, so the fact that she's made it is really promising. From my own experience, that independence is really important. You can't always be there for your partner, and at the end of the day, they are the one who has to learn to deal with their depression. When I was dating Shinji, we found that his depression was easier to manage after he had attended a few sessions by himself. You said that she is a really good therapist, so have faith, darling. It's a long, slow process, but it sounds like she's made good progress already. Jeez, Mom, you sound like a psychologist yourself. Well, I did take some psychology models while I was at university, you know. My experience with depression really opened my eyes to mental health. Funny you mentioned that, because I was considering going into psychology at university. Sakurai was asking about my future plans. Well, if it's what you're interested in and your grades are good enough, I'd encourage you to, V2. Especially in a country like this one, which has some pretty unhelpful attitudes when it comes to mental health. Yeah, it seems like a good choice, right? I've still got time, but I figured it'd be helpful to start thinking about my post-school plans now. She nods approvingly. Yes, that's definitely a smart thing to do. What about the other girls? After I fill her in, sits back, looking thoughtfully. I can really see where I got my reflective side from. You'll have to study really hard next year. That exam that you take at the end of high school is so important in determining which university you get into. Yeah, so I've heard Sakurai mentioned it too. But you are a bright boy, so I know you could do it. Of course, with me raising you, you could hardly go wrong, could you? We share a chuckle. Mom has always been really good at making me feel safe and secure. Thanks, Mom, for everything. I don't know where I'd be without you. Nothing to thank me for. I'm your mother. It's my job. Seriously, having you around again has made such a difference. I just wish you could be around more often. Me too, Derby too. Me too. I always felt guilty being so far away from home, especially when you were struggling to deal with Sayori. It's not your fault. Life wasn't exactly going to be easy after the divorce, was it? You're doing your best. Isn't that exactly what I said to you just now? I see you inherited my positivity. Sayori called me a mama's boy, funnily enough. Well, she isn't wrong, now is she? I grin. But nope. Anyway, I was thinking we could go for a walk to town. There's a really nice cafe that one of my work friends recommended. It'll be good to get out of the house. The fresh air will do you good too. Can we swing by that restaurant Monica recommended? I just want to see what it's like, you know, just in case I want to take Sayori there another day. Of course we can. White Day is only a month away, so who knows, perhaps you'll spend the day there. I'd forgotten about White Day. You typically get a lot of chocolate, so it's one of my favorite days. So there you were, brat, berating me for gorging on chocolate when it's you that I got my sweet tooth from. I hope you've been eating healthily while I've been away, young man. Have you ever heard of that phrase? What you don't know won't hurt you. I'll take that as a no then. Ignorance is bliss, Mom. You should consider yourself lucky that Sayori doesn't expect you to cook her food, Derby, too. Funny you mention that, actually. Nezuki is really into food, so if I dated her instead, man, she'd grill me. No pun intended. She laughs softly, shaking her head.
Am I gonna have you speak? Because you're kind of dying, I think.
Yeah, I am dying.
Yeah,
I've been talking the entire episode.
I know. And like, shit, man.
My throat feels like it's closing.
It's like a solo episode. You're only 40 minutes in, got 20 more to go.
After waking up and completing my morning routine, I perch onto the couch, idly flicking through the programs on television. I think Sayori has a therapy session today, though I'm unsure of the time. Probably best to find out what's going on. Hey Sayori, what's up? You've got a session with Dr. Satoshi today, right?
Hey, yeah, I do. It's in an hour.
Alright. Want me to come with you?
Actually, well, I was kind of thinking that I should probably try going to one by myself.
Oh, really? You sure?
Yeah, I'm pretty nervous. But when you came with me before, it gave me the confidence to try to tackle these sessions by myself. The antidepressants have made it easier for me to think a bit clearer, too. And I don't always rely on you when it comes to these sessions, so yeah, I'll see how this one goes.
Well, I'm glad you're feeling better. Just let me know if you change your mind, okay? I'm not doing anything today, so it wouldn't be a problem if I had to come to the clinic.
Thanks, Ruby2. I'll remember that. I'll let you know how it goes. See ya.
Alright. Mom's sitting nearby typing away on her laptop. It's kind of weird. What is? Not spending the day with Sayori? This is the first weekend since we started dating that we haven't spent with each other. Hang on. Why exactly aren't you guys spending the day with each other? I thought you two would be glued together. Oh, she has a therapy session today. Remember how I told you yesterday that she was considering going to the sessions alone? She just texted me to tell me she's gonna do just that. That's excellent news. Sounds like she's doing really well. Mm-hmm.
Unless she's lying, she's just like trying to
The
ditch.
fact she's going alone is good for your relationship, too. It's healthy to do things away from your partner. Is it? God, that really shows how much I know. Yep, it's important to remember that even though you're together, you still have your own lives to live. I know it probably feels like you want to spend every moment with her, but it's good to have little breaks. Yeah, but I'm bored. I don't know what to do. The joys of free time, huh? Don't you have any homework to be getting on with? Nah, I did it on Friday. Wait, you doing homework on a Friday evening? That really doesn't sound like you at all. I remember how you always used to leave it for Sunday evening. Am I really talking to my son? And there I was thinking you commend me for doing it so early. What a cool world I live in. What about your video games? If I recall correctly, they are the reason why you leave your homework for the last minute. That's a good idea, actually. Problem is, I don't know what to play. Mom rolls her eyes. Don't you have a whole library of games? Depends if you count DLC. DLC? Basically, it's short for downloadable content, which... Am I really going to try and explain the nuances of video gaming to my mom? Never mind. Yeah, I'll go see what I can find. After spending a good 5 minutes trying to decide which game to play, I eventually settled
It's
for
always Banjo-Kazooie.
I had a lot of fun just watching Sayori play it, so I figured it would be a good choice. Man, Sayori got pretty far. I forgot how much she enjoys the game. Maybe I can lend it to her, given I don't really play it by myself. I have plenty of other tiles on my computer to choose from, so not like I'd be strapped for choice.
I don't think she has a Nintendo 60.
Might be worth bringing it up to the next time I see her. After some time, Mom comes downstairs calling my name. You've got a text, Jervy2. From Sayori?
Yuri.
No,
Yep.
from Yuri.
Yeah.
You left your phone in the bathroom. Oh, so that's where it was. Oops. Take the phone.
Hello, Jimmy. Up to much today?
Nah, not really. Just having a chill day, to be honest.
I imagine that must be quite relaxing. That was scary.
There's a pause. I can tell that she's working up the courage to ask me to do something with her.
Well, I found another good book that I think you might enjoy. And I was wondering if you'd like to read with me. I have a spare copy.
I don't really know how to reply. I just told her that I was free, so I can't call
Just
back
say,
on the classic
you
homework
know,
excuse.
like-
I can't.
No,
Sorry.
Don't say that. Why?
Oh, I forgot to tell you. Mom came home on Friday and she wants to spend time with
That's
me.
so fucking... Dude, your mom said that it's cool. You can live your own life.
I
You
feel
don't have to-
absolutely awful as I typed that out. Yuri must suspect that something's amiss. I went from encouraging her to open up to me and spend time with me to suddenly rejecting her advances. My only hope is that she doesn't think it's because I don't like her or anything like that.
Ah, okay. Well, I'm sorry to bother you then. I hope you have a nice catch-up.
Thanks, Yuri. Really sorry again. You just seem to catch me at a bad time, huh? She doesn't reply. I slide my phone back into my pocket and run my face through my hands. Everything okay? That's a good
I'm
question.
just a piece of shit
I
who
stand
doesn't care about...
pulling on my coat. I'm going to go for a walk. Need to clear my head. Mom looks surprised but doesn't press it. Wrap up warm.
Nah, you're gonna find Yuri, and then it's gonna be like, I thought you were, you know, catching up with your ma.
After settling down on a bench, I cast my eyes to the pond. The gentle Sianu the pond possesses is pleasant to look at, but although it's soothing for the eyes, it does little for my racing mind. Maybe it's worth talking to Sayori about how to deal with Yuri. Causing tension with Sayori is the last thing I want, though, especially as it looks like she's making progress in therapy. Then again, I don't exactly want to lose Yuri as a friend, do I? It would be really awkward and unfortunate if any resentment was bred between the two girls. As my musings carry on, I hear a voice call my name.
Yep, I'm just gonna say this one to Ruby too.
My head jerks up. I immediately recognize the owner of that voice. If this is who I hope it isn't, the following conversation is going to be very awkward. My fears are confirmed as a familiar set of flowing purple locks make their way into my view. Hey Yuri. He looks around.
Are you by yourself?
Yeah, why? As soon as I speak, I realize the error that I've just made. A hint of sadness and doubt flashes on Yuri's face.
I thought you were with your mother.
Well, I'm screwed.
Ruby too, why are you avoiding me? If you don't want to spend time with me, that's all you had to say. Wouldn't surprise me at all.
No, Yuri, please. It's not like that. I do like you, and I do enjoy our time together. It's just running an aggravated hand through my hair. It's so frustrating that being able to tell her the truth. not being able to tell her the truth, especially when she sees this so differently.
Just what, Dorito? You can tell me if you'd rather I left you alone.
While I'm trying to figure out what to say, Yuri presses forward.
Is it me?
No, it's...
You told me that I could come to you if I was feeling lonely. Were you just saying what I wanted to hear?
No, I meant that. I still do. It's just... It's complicated, Yuri, and I can't really tell you. It sounded absolutely pathetic. Yuri doesn't look impressed nor convinced.
I'm sorry for bothering you, Dorito. I truly am. It's probably for the best that I leave you to it.
As frustration floods through my body, she turns around to leave. Just what the hell am I even meant to do anymore?
Hi, Dorito. Can we talk? Don't worry, you haven't done anything wrong.
Are you sure about that, Sayori?
Just finished a therapy session and need some time to think about it. Wanted to get your thoughts on it as well, if that's okay.
Sure thing.
Can we get yours?
Sounds good. Just give me 15 minutes to get home.
Okay. See you then.
I'm praying that she has some positive news. I'm not sure I could stand any more strife today.
It's definitely not positive.
There's a note on the table from Mom. She's gone out to get some groceries. Well, at least this affords Sayori and I some privacy. Hear a knock on the door. I'll let Sayori in and we both take a seat.
CJ, bad things are gonna happen because he's already like angry. He's mad. He's pissed.
Hey,
right?
Sayori, how'd
and
your session go today?
Sayori's gonna be. Oh, I thought Sayori's gonna say something bad, and then he's just gonna get too angry. I'm scared. It was pretty helpful. The sessions on the whole have been much more helpful than I thought they could be.
Oh.
Yeah, recently, Dr. Satoshi has been helping me put things into perspective. I'm starting to realize that, well, maybe things aren't as bad as they seem. You helped me see the progress I made so far.
Coming to therapy?
That's part of it. Going to sessions in the first place was a really big step, so something that I wouldn't have been able to do last year. For the past few sessions, he's been challenging the depressive thinking I have, and helping me to see the reality of things. It's okay to ask for help. And thanks to the antidepressants, I've been able to see things more clearly. It's not exactly easy, and sometimes I get frustrated at how slow the progress is. But he reminded me that we are making progress. Slow but steady, he said. And he praised me for having the courage. Oh, fucking my throat. To go sessions alone.
Yeah, I'm really proud of you for that. You're doing really well. She smiles tentatively.
And it's something I'm slowly coming to terms with. Oh, obviously we're not rainbows and butterflies just yet, but I'm not having nightmares as often. And my general mood these days is much better than it was before we started hanging out again.
Powerful feeling of relief coursing through my body feels rewarding beyond belief. Just when I was thinking everything was so bleak and we weren't getting anywhere. Bittersweet, Jordan, I'm telling you.
I know, I thought it was
gonna be bittersweet.
I thought it was gonna be bad, and then Sarah was gonna say something bad, and then he was gonna get pissed, but you know. Anyway, so he says that I tell the others about my depression.
Oh, so that's the thing you wanted my input on?
Yeah, but I don't know if I should tell him.
Why not?
Well, I'm kind of worried that I might change how the club feels. I don't want any special treatment or anything. And there's no telling how they may react. On the other hand, having to act cheery all the time around them is so exhausting.
If you tell them, you won't have to hide anything anymore.
And that would make life a lot easier, being able to come to school and not worry about accidentally letting the mask slip.
Yeah, I can see that there's a lot to think about and consider. For what it's worth, though, I don't think it'll change the atmosphere of the club, to be honest. They're our friends, Sayori, and yeah, they might be a bit unsure of how to react, but I didn't know how to react when you told me, but we're still best friends, right?
Yeah, that's true. I didn't think of that.
I think it'd be a good idea, but I have a good idea too, but I'm not going to talk you into anything. It's entirely your decision to make, and I'll respect whatever you pick.
Okay, thanks, V2. I'll think about tonight and see how I feel tomorrow.
Sounds good. She noses the games console lying on the floor.
You know, I hope she's like, yeah, because I don't want this whole Yuri being like, oh, bad to Derby 2, because Derby 2 doesn't know how to speak.
Yeah.
But, you know.
Well, he can't tell her.
I know, but, like, still, he could just hang out with her, but he's like, oh, no, sorry. Even though yesterday, his mom's like, you could still hang out with Yuri. And then it's like, oh, sorry, I can't. And then it's like, oh, yeah, nah. I mean, you could just say there's rough things going on in his life or whatnot. But no. He's stupid. He's dumb. Hey, hang on. Were you playing without me?
Guilty as charged. Sorry, I was bored. She heads toward the television and powers up the console.
Hope you haven't gotten too far. That was my save file, meanie.
Play it and find out. The door opens and Mom trails in, carrying a bunch of bags. My goodness, Sayori, it's been so long. I know we spoke on the phone, but actually seeing you in person is a whole other story.
It's really nice to see you too.
We share a hug. Some people might find that weird, but to me it's perfectly normal. Mom always loved having Sayori over when we were kids. She was almost like a daughter to her. Georgie too told me about the club that you invited him to. He says your poems are amazing, so you have to show me sometime.
Well, they're not that good.
I bet they're wonderful, Sayori. Anyway, I'll be fixing lunch for us, so please give me a shout if you need anything.
Oh, it's okay. You don't need to make any food.
Don't be silly, dear. It's my treat. Don't you worry. You're objecting to free food? What have you done to Sayori I know? To the Sayori I know. Sayori opens her mouth to protest, but upon realizing that she can't win this war on two fronts, she closes it, it pouts.
Very funny. Oh boy, it's gonna be an awkward atmosphere in the club. Unless it's...
After completing my morning routine, I find myself waiting by Sayori's house. As I enjoy having Mom back, the only downside of having her around is that Sayori and I weren't able to spend the night together. On the flip side, Mom made me some yummy food to eat, so at least I've got something to look forward to at lunch. It was really good. Sayori closes her front door and walks up to me with a smile on her face. Morning, Sayori.
Good morning.
She gives me a quick peck on the lips.
I've been thinking about everything we talked about last night.
And she faces me with a look of determined resolution on her face.
I'm going to let the others know.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm. They're my friends, just like you are, right? I was thinking about all the happy times we shared at the club before, both before and after you joined. The club has always been a place where I felt safe, hanging out during Halloween, having loads of fun, sharing gifts at Christmas, seeing how thoughtful everyone was. It really hit me when I was thinking last night. So yeah, I'm ready.
I'm with you all the way, Sayori. Let's do this.
Let's just hope Yuri doesn't, like, somehow fuck up Sayori's resolve.
Lunch couldn't come by any slower. I'm idly staring at the clock, marveling at how slowly the hands are moving. Although I can't help but be a little nervous. The situation between Yuri and I remains awkward. I haven't told Sayori about what happened before she texted me. So hope Yuri will understand when Sayori tells her what's going on. She's always struck me as the understanding type.
Yuri's not even gonna be there.
So I just hope she won't hold anything against me. Da-da-da. Finally, the bell rings. I'm the first one in the club, not surprising given Sakurai let us out a little bit early. So I pull out my containers of food from my bag and settle down.
Yep, yeah.
Sayori and Uzuki walk in, chatting amongst
Yuri's
themselves.
not gonna be there.
So I say, Sayori, I forgot to tell you, Mom made you some food too. There. I push a container of pre-made food toward her, causing her eyes to widen.
Aw, she didn't have to.
You know what my mom is like,
Any for me.
Sarcasm in Mizuki's voice makes us laugh. You're the chef, Mizuki. Do you really need it? She rolls her eyes and mutters something under her breath at my little quip. Meanwhile, Sayori wastes no time digging into the food. In seconds, almost half of it has disappeared.
Please, it's really good.
Swallow, then try again.
Sorry. Please tell her this is really good. She's the best chef I know. Oh.
Mizuki bristles in her seat, causing Sayori to giggle.
Second best. Natsuki. Second best. Better.
Monica interested in him as
Yuri's
apologetic look on her
not
face.
gonna be here. So sorry I'm late. We're just having lunch, Monica. It's not a club session or anything, you know. Where's Yuri? Oh, I saw her on the way here. She was, heading to the bathroom. So, she'll probably be here soon. Anyway, guys, I have something I want to tell you. You're pregnant?
Wait, shouldn't you wait for Yuri?
I know, but like,
Well, yeah, once
he needs to resolve right now.
So he goes bright red and I freeze. Monica quickly admonishes Mizuki, but I could have sworn I heard a laugh. Jeez, Mizuki, who do you think I am?
No, yeah.
Actually, don't answer that. Carry on, Sayori.
Actually, I should probably wait till Yuri is here, if she even gets here. Something tells me this is important. You could say that.
A few more minutes pass as we keep
Yeah,
There's still no sign of Yuri. Kind of weird that Yuri's taking this long, don't you think?
Yeah, it is. Should I go and see if she's okay?
Not a bad idea. Sayori exits the room. Mizuki and Monica turn to me.
So, this, big reveal. Can we get a hint?
Sorry, my lips are sealed.
You're normally quite the joker, so this really must be something serious, huh?
It's not really my place to say, that's all.
Alright then. Keep your secrets.
Oh, by the way, how was your Valentine's Day too? Didn't have one. Did you take it to the beehive?
Yeah, about that. It's a long story, but no, I didn't. My mom came home the weekend though, and I got to spend time with her again.
Did you take her to the restaurant instead?
Yeah, totally. I proposed to her as well. I roll my eyes.
Oh yeah, I remember you said a while ago that you live alone these days, right?
Well, back before I got with Sayori, we had a good catch-up session. Told her about what's life been like for the past half a year, and it's been almost 6 months already. Time flies. Anyway, to answer your question, I guess Valentine's was pretty good, Yeah. Well, not for the obvious reason,
Mama's boy.
I throw my hands up dramatically. Sayori said the exact same thing. Not a mama's boy, right, Monica? Monica's spared from answering.
Yeah.
Sayori comes back into the room looking worried.
I couldn't find her in the girls' toilets. That's odd. Has she ever missed a lunchtime with us before? I don't think so.
Charlie, I'm beginning to worry. I hope that I didn't make Yuri feel welcome at the club or anything.
Anyway, what do you want to say, sir? This suspense is killing me. And you just tell Yuri when you see her. Okay. Well, no real easy way to put this.
She looks at me and I shoot her a reassuring smile.
I might come as a surprise to you guys, but
She takes a deep breath.
I've been struggling with depression for years.
The effect is instantaneous from the look of shock on her
That's a face I was thinking about before.
Wow, that's weird. That's weird. From the
That's
look of shock on their faces, neither girl was expecting to hear that.
what? You?
But you always look so, I don't know, cheerful. It's just the way I learned to deal with it, I guess. I always want others to be happy, so I made that my priority. Sayori, I had no idea. Yeah, neither did I. Jesus, just so.
Out of the blue, both girls nod. They are clearly trying hard to process what they've just been told. Is this how I looked when Sayori told me all those months ago? That's how I felt when I found out too. Never saw it coming,
I always tried really hard to hide it. I always struggled to accept others' help. Having them worry about me used to something I hated. I'm still not entirely comfortable with it, but thanks to Jerry2's support and the therapy I've been to, it helped me see that it's okay to talk to people about it. And you guys are my friends, so I figured it was only fair that you knew.
Silence falls upon the room. It's a tad awkward.
Jeez. Just don't know what to say.
Glad you're able to talk about us, but being honest with you, I don't really know much about mental health.
Sayori laughs softly.
It's fine, Natsuki. I know none of us are professionals, and the only thing I want is, well, I don't want the atmosphere of the club to change or anything. I just want things to carry on as usual, no special treatment or anything. I don't think the club would change at all, Sayori, don't worry.
Yeah, that's exactly what I said.
Guess that was just a irrational thought then. Well, I'm happy to see that you feel comfortable here with us, Sayori. That must have been difficult for you to admit, so kudos to you. Yeah, thanks, Monica, and you too, Natsuki.
Wow, I see how it is. Laughter emanates throughout the room.
Oh, you know I mean you too, Jerry2.
She exhales slowly.
It felt really good to let that out. Thanks for everything, I think, understanding, for putting up with me, for
putting up with Jeremy too.
Hey, the lunch bell rings, cutting short our banter. Well, that went pretty well. Well, if we don't account for Yuri.
Fuck, man.
Finally, the end of the school day arrives. I wander over to Sayori's classroom. She walks out of the classroom and greets me. I also spot Yuri, her eyes are glued to the floor. Nudge Sayori and point to Yuri.
Oh, there she is.
Sayori, wait. As she's already walked up to her, I hastened after her.
Hey, Yuri.
Yuri jumps up. Her hands immediately dart to her left arm.
We couldn't find you at lunch. Is everything alright? Yes, thanks for asking. I had some errands to attend to. Sorry for missing it.
Nothing to apologize for, don't worry. Upon seeing me, the tension in the atmosphere multiplies by tenfold. Sayori looks quizzically at us both.
Well, I must be going now, so
Yuri, we need to talk. And by we, I mean Sayori and I. There's something you need to know.
Oh, so now you want to talk, do you? When it suits you?
Yuri, please, I'm really sorry about Sunday, but this is why I want to talk to you, so we can clear everything up.
What are you guys talking about?
Let's just discuss it somewhere a little quieter, okay? Yuri still looks rather upset, although she gives a curt nod and allows me to lead the way. Thanks, Yuri, I appreciate it. She doesn't say anything. Sensing the gravity of the situation, I carry on. Look, there's no easy way of saying this. We mentioned it to Nizuki and Monica at lunch. They didn't really know how to respond. I glanced at Sayori, who gives me a nod. Sayori has depression, Yuri, and it's something she's been struggling with for a while. Unlike the other two girls, Yuri doesn't react strongly. Her face does soften slightly.
I had a shrewd suspicion that was the case, to be honest with you.
What? Really? She exhales and closes her eyes for a few seconds.
Yes, however, for obvious reasons, we gotta continue the episode.
Yes.
Yeah. I didn't want to say anything. I didn't think anyone would be able to guess. Well, I suspected it after I put all the little clues together. The fairy tale poem, the way you acted the day you presented it, your Halloween poem. My suspicions were further aroused when Jiridu talked to me about the fight he had with you. I've seen people worry about their friends before, but he seemed especially concerned. When you started missing days off school, that's when the pieces all started to fall into place.
She looks away.
Can I ask you a question, Jiridu? One that I need an honest answer to.
Of course you can.
When you told me that I could come to you if I was lonely, did you actually mean it?
I did, yes. And I...
Oh, wait, hang on, guys. Is it just me or am I missing something here?
Oh, sorry, yeah. I described what happened over the weekend. Sayori's face goes from surprised to ashamed as I speak. So it wasn't that I was trying to avoid you or anything, Yuri. I do enjoy spending time with you, like I said, and you're a good friend. It's just, I glance at Sayori. I know that no matter how gently I put this, Sayori is going to feel like she's stuck.
But it isn't her fault. It's your fucking fault for not doing it. I guess a bit, but like also like, that was really stupid, Yuri. It's not his fault, it's mine.
She sighs.
I was really jealous when I heard about you guys spending time with each other. It was really wrong of me to feel that way. I was really selfish. The last thing I wanted to do was skin away the friendship between you two. I'm an awful friend. And I'm so sorry.
A few tears streak down her face as she sniffles. I reach out to hug her, but Yuri beats me to it. It's a touching moment, especially with the gentle, concerned look on Yuri's face. For a couple of moments, they break apart.
Sayori.
Her tone is tender, although I can hear an element of certainty in it.
You're not an awful friend. You're one of the best friends that I ever had. Please don't feel bad. I could only imagine how difficult depression is to deal with, and I don't blame you in the slightest for feeling the way you did. You have nothing to apologize for. If anything, it should be me. You? Of course not, Yuri. Loneliness is a horrible thing to live with, so I could totally understand why you reached out to Drury too. Perhaps, but I was rather inconsiderate in how I didn't think about the impact it would on you, especially as I suspected you had depression.
None of you are in the wrong here, guys. This whole fiasco happened over miscommunication, that's all. Just wanted to clear everything up. Yuri, you've always been a really good friend for the both of us. And I'm sorry that you felt like I was ignoring you. I just couldn't tell the truth because Sayori wasn't ready to tell you guys about her depression. It wasn't my call to make, although I can see why you saw it from a totally different perspective. So, everyone okay? We all share a smile, lightening the mood considerably. Good stuff then, guys. Man, we're a really apologetic bunch, aren't we? I think the word sorry was said about, 7 times? Sayori and I laughed softly. Anyway, I think it's time to go.
Yeah, we'll walk you home, Yuri.
Before Yuri can open her mouth to interject, I chime in. And also, still want to know which book it was you wanted to read with me.
No clowns this time, please. Are demons any better? No!
Chicken, come on, let's go. Okay, we're gonna stop here, y'all.
You know, it sounds good, but like, oh boy.
My throat's dead.
Well,